Hey, wouldn't it be great if the government worked for us instead of against us? That opening quote came from a state Supreme Court decision, which ruled that Joseph Palitri was guilty of possessing an assault firearm. This firearm wasn't an AK-47 or an Uzi 9mm or even a South African street sweeper. The gun was a Marlin Model 60. It's not really in common use by any modern military, but it is used by hundreds of thousands of sports shooters and Boy Scouts to plinket cans or hunt squirrels. What was Palitri's crime? His rifle held 17 cartridges instead of 15. This made it an assault rifle, at least in New Jersey. Did society benefit from Palitri's conviction? Was a dangerous weapon taken off the streets? Did gang members and drug dealers really prefer to use .22 caliber squirrel guns in the commission of their crimes? The problem with New Jersey firearms laws is that they're vague, complicated, and don't really differentiate between the law-abiding owner and the vicious criminal. New Jersey is the home to over 1 million gun owners. However, there is no specific right to bear arms in the New Jersey Constitution. New Jersey residents own and use their firearms at the pleasure of the state. Technically, all firearms are banned in New Jersey, unless you fall under one of the state's exemptions. A firearm that can be perfectly legal in one setting, such as transporting it to a gun range in a locked container, can suddenly become illegal if you stop for gas along the way. And if you think that's bad, try buying a gun in New Jersey. New Jersey's paper-based system for purchasing a firearm was first conceived of in 1966. It hasn't kept up with the times. New Jersey law requires that all gun owners must get a firearms purchaser identification card to purchase long arms and a permit to purchase for each desired handgun. A citizen must apply for these permits in person at their local police department, supply 2 references, be fingerprinted, agree to a mental health records check, and submit to 3 background checks, one by the local police, one by the state police, and 1 instant check at the point of sale. Then they get their permit, right? Well, no. All of that paperwork just gives them the right to wait until the municipality feels like issuing the permit. By state law, this is supposed to take 30 days and towns can't add additional requirements. In reality, it can take up to 90 days, and some towns have added requirements such as notarization of forms, in-person interviews, employer notification, and copies of a lease or renter's agreement. Think about it. Do you need a notarized form to worship at the place of your choice? Do you need employer permission to purchase a newspaper? Do you need a copy of your lease for a jury trial? So why is the Second Amendment any different? Because it's a gun, you say. Well, fine. Gun owners are all for keeping firearms away from criminals and the mentally ill, but all we're asking here is for New Jersey to follow its own law. Now, all of these permits cost money. Permit applicants are charged $18 for a state police background check, which they have to do every time they apply for a permit to purchase a handgun. A single state trooper would have to process 3,264 background checks just to pay his salary, and there is more than one state trooper working in the state police firearms division. Most states don't require any sort of permit for a firearm, only a quick telephone call to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. This is a computerized database that is run by the FBI and can background check a person over the phone in about 30 seconds. The paper-based New Jersey system is funded by the taxpayers of New Jersey, takes months, not seconds, and then the permit holder goes through the FBI background check anyway when they buy the gun. How does this make sense? Well, this is New Jersey, where the state doesn't even trust us enough to let us pump our own gas. Not that we mind that rule so much, but still. If the computerized instant check is good enough for Pennsylvania, Delaware, and even New York, at least for long arms, what makes New Jersey so special? Why don't we trust our own citizens? And once you finally get your permit, you're free to carry your gun around, right? Well, no. Remember a couple minutes back I mentioned that all guns were banned with certain exceptions? Well, those exceptions are basically your home, your business, a gun range, directly to or from one of those places, or while hunting. You must go directly from one place to the other. If you stray from the most direct path, that becomes known as a deviation. And in New Jersey, you're only allowed to make reasonable deviations. What's a reasonable deviation? Well, nobody really knows. Are you allowed to stop at a friend's house to pick him up so he can shoot with you? Are you allowed to stop for gas, or to eat, or for a medical emergency? The fact is that if you deviate and the police find out about it, you will be arrested and a judge will decide whether the deviation was reasonable. You've effectively criminalized stopping for lunch, even if you had no malicious intent. But wait, how do jewelers and business owners and women who are being stalked carry a gun for self-protection? Well, they can't. Only about 1,600 civilians out of 8.7 million New Jersey residents have a permit to carry a small firearm in their purse or pocket. Think about it. Would you ever wear a shirt that said, "Attention criminals, please rob me, I won't fight back"? Of course you wouldn't. But in New Jersey, everybody is wearing that shirt, regardless of what you put on that day. New Jersey requires something called justifiable need. if you want to carry a gun around in your purse or pocket. What is justifiable need? Well, nobody really knows. But self-defense isn't one of them. About the only people who can carry a firearm in this state are armored car guards. That's right. In New Jersey, you can carry a gun to protect your employer's money, but you can't carry one in your purse to defend against sexual assault. This is in direct contrast to what 41 other states allow, and states are becoming more and more permissive every year. But wait a minute. Carrying a gun for personal protection might be fine in Texas or Arkansas, but that wouldn't work in New Jersey. We're far too progressive. Well, no. Progressive implies progress. New Jersey's gun laws are stuck in the 1960s and going backwards. Vermont is one of the most progressive states in the country, and you can carry a gun in Vermont with no permit at all. It's been like that for years. When states loosen restrictions on concealed carry, crime drops because the criminals don't know who will fight back. Well, if you can't carry a gun, at least you can have one in your home, right? Well, maybe. New Jersey also bans what it calls assault firearms. Let's take a quiz. See if you can spot the assault firearm in this picture. Time's up. Trick question. They're both the same gun. These two firearms are both Ruger Mini 14 ranch rifles, a gun used throughout America to protect livestock from coyotes and put holes in paper on target ranges. They both fire the same exact kind of cartridge. They both fire the cartridges just as fast. They both accept the same kind of magazines. But one has a stock made of wood, which makes it legal in New Jersey, and the other has a stock made of plastic that can be adjusted to the arm length of the shooter. This makes it an assault firearm. Wait a minute, you say. New Jersey bans guns based on their accessories? This is like banning racing stripes on a street-legal Ford Mustang because it makes it look like a race car. It doesn't make sense. Well, of course not. This is New Jersey. New Jersey has a list of 37 firearms that were banned specifically by name in 1990, but even that wasn't enough. So New Jersey banned firearms that were significantly identical. What is a significantly identical firearm? It's whatever the state attorney general says is a significantly identical firearm. But the basic rule is 2 or more of the following features: a grenade launcher, a flash hider, a collapsible stock, a pistol grip, or a bayonet stud. That's right, a bayonet stud. Now I'll give you the grenade launcher. That's already federally illegal. But the last time New Jersey residents had to worry about bayonets was World War I. What are these laws trying to accomplish? But it gets better. The assault firearms law is so vague that this gun is legal in New Jersey, but this gun is illegal. Kind of looks like the same gun to me, huh? It does to the police, too. Law-abiding gun owners have been arrested and hauled into court because even the police couldn't tell the difference either. Now the charges might be dropped, but how much money are we wasting here going after law-abiding gun owners who just want to go to the range and put holes in cans? This is your money they're wasting. Whether you own a gun or not, you should be outraged at the amount of money New Jersey throws away on its antiquated gun laws. If we got rid of the paper-based permit system, how many teachers could be hired? How many troopers could be taken out of offices and put back on the street where they're needed? So what can we do to change all of this? Well, New Jersey needs a Second Amendment in its Constitution. Perhaps something like, a person has the right to keep and bear arms for the defense of self, family, home, and state, and for hunting and recreational use. Next, we need to get New Jersey's gun laws out of the 1960s. We need to eliminate the paper-based firearm purchaser requirement, or at least modernize it so that we're not paying for 3 background checks when the rest of the country seems to do fine with just 1 computerized check. We need to eliminate the reasonable deviations clause, so that 4 friends on their way to shoot clays aren't treated the same way as 4 gang members who are on their way to shoot up a crack house. We need to remove the justifiable need clause from New Jersey's carry law, so that women can defend themselves against attackers, because sometimes pepper spray just isn't enough. And finally, we need to remove the significantly identical provision of the assault firearm ban, so that lawful gun owners aren't arrested and thrown in jail just because their gun looks illegal to a policeman. So how do we change these laws? First of all, register to vote and cast your ballot for pro-gun candidates. Second, go to your police department and apply for a firearms purchaser identification card. You don't have to purchase a gun, but the more card holders we have, the more the politicians will listen. And anyway, one day you might find that card useful. Finally, you need to join or donate to the New Jersey Second Amendment Society. This is a grassroots organization that is trying to prevent New Jersey towns from making up their own rules when it comes to the permitting process. They need money to do what they do. Give it to them. There are over 1 million legal gun owners in New Jersey, which means that 14% of New Jersey residents are effectively living as second-class citizens. We already have the best beaches, restaurants, and bedroom communities. If we change these laws, New Jersey residents will have the same rights and privileges as citizens in every other state. Except New Jersey will be even better, because we still won't have to pump our own gas.
When I was growing up